So, thank you for watching. A little while back, I made a video where I called my M11 Monochrom my forever camera. Wait, did I call it my forever camera or was it? Oh, I called it my last camera. I really stepped into that one, didn't I? I know half of you called it. But at the time, I really meant it. And if you're a subscriber, you know what I gave up for this. I went all in. So the cat's out the bag. I try to be cheeky with the thumbnail, but as you know, I bought another camera. And this time I got the Leica Q3 43. See, what had happened was, let me explain. When Leica introduced the Q3, I wasn't in the market for another camera. Honestly, I ignored most of the hype. But then, out of left field, they introduced the Q3 with the same body, but with a 43mm lens.
Got it!
I did what most of us did. I watched the reviews, I read the spec sheets, I compared shots, I downloaded uncompressed DNG files, but then I shut it down. So why is there a Q3 sitting at my desk right now? Well, firstly, my eyes are getting old and they've been giving me some issues and that has gotten in the way of creation, but you gotta love the M system because with this, I mostly zone focus, right? That being said, I can't deny the benefits of owning another Leica with autofocus. Besides that, I'm working on a photo book project and it's something that's going to require a lot of travel. And it's best practice to carry a second camera body, especially if one goes down in the field or if I have to send the M11 in for maintenance. Simply put, my photography ambitions have grown, and thanks to you, this channel continues to grow. I realized that to build on that momentum, I needed a second tool, one that provided a different perspective and additional capabilities. Now, my M11 Monochrom will continue to be my A camera. This camera has so much soul, pure black and white, manual focus, deliberate. It's made me a better photographer. And it has slowed me down in the best possible way. 3 years of owning this machine and I don't regret it one bit. Now, some of you might say, well, you could have done that with any other camera. And yes, but I'm honest with myself and I want to stay with a Leica in hand. I'll put it to you this way. You can have a child with any partner, but you choose the one that you are attracted to. At least one would hope. And for all the reasons that I mentioned in my Leica or not to Leica video, that's why I continue to choose Leica. Funny story though, I was on the fence about purchasing the Q3, but in May I had the honor of being awarded Teacher of the Year. And to my surprise, that award came with a nice check. So I thought, hey, I'll put that towards the Q3 to serve as my B camera for my photo book that I mentioned. But then I was like, nah, I kid you not. The next morning, I get an email from Leica reaching out. And I thought I was being scammed or punked or something, but it was really Leica reaching out to use one of my photos for promotional use. If you go over to the Leica, Leica-camera.com website, the official Leica website, and you go over to products on the left-hand side, and you go down to lenses, and you go to the M lenses, and you scroll all the way down to the 28mm Elmarit, you will see some sample photos. And one of those photos is my very own photo. So huge shout out to Leica. Thank you so much. I am honored. You know, I'm looking forward to collaborating with them more in the future. And I took that as a sign and went ahead and pulled the shutter on the Q3 43. Future Jay here, and 30 days have passed since the first part of this video and the initial purchase of the Leica Q3 43. This video has gone from a camera reveal video to a cautionary tale of sorts. So let me explain. So I had to return the camera, and what I caution is that if you're getting gear, I would say identify your vision and be sure that the gear that you're purchasing moves that vision forward by adding value. My mistake was forcing a new perspective. 30 days ago, I really believed that the Q3 could open up a new way of seeing the frame. And on paper, it did just that, and it does for a lot of people. But, and let me say this is a big but.
Oh my God, Becky.
After 30 days of use, I realized that the plan was right, but the focal length was wrong. If you've ever bought gear thinking that it would unlock some kind of creative juice, only to find that it didn't, you could relate. My advice is that as soon as you realize this blunder, don't hesitate to course correct. My example of this is returning the Q3 43 for the Q3 28 millimeters. Leica calls the 43 millimeters a true to life perspective lens, saying that it's close to how the human eyes sees the world. And you see, that's where the problem lied for me. I'm gonna be real with you. I despised the 43. I didn't like anything that I was producing with it. And despise is a strong word. Let me be clear. The photos that this lens produces, this Apo 43, were flawless, optical perfection, with the 3D pop that I haven't seen before. But for me, the pictures were boring and uninspiring. I felt as if I was constantly fighting the lens and not collaborating with it. And I spent those 30 days trying to convince myself, only to realize that I was wrong all along. After spending a full year with the 28 millimeter, the 43 proved to be really limiting for me. And an everyday camera is something that you want to carry every single day. You want to pick up. You want that to be your daily driver, so to speak. And I simply just didn't feel that connection with the 43 millimeter. So allow this video to give you clarity if you're on the fence. So if you're into faces, proper portraiture, I would say get the Q3 43. But if you're into environment and people and their surroundings, I would say the Q3 28 millimeter will not disappoint, and that is the version of the Q3 that would best suit you. Yeah. And then look away. Kind of like that one more. What I discovered about myself is that my curiosity lies in what people are doing with their lives and the spaces that they occupy and how those spaces and those environments shape them. My frustration came from how far back I had to stand to capture that with the 43. And that's odd for a guy that early on spent most of his time on an 85 millimeter, like a sniper on the street. Yet I now crave being close to my subjects while still capturing some dynamic background of some sort. I often see comments of people struggling with the decision between which Q3 to buy. Can I get your portrait?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Nice.
Is that the Q3 or the Q2?
Q3 with the 28. Not me. My logic was sound. I had it all figured out. The 43 was for faces and subject isolation, and the 28 was gonna sit on my M11. I had no idea how much I was going against my instincts when I purchased the 43. My decision was logical. The 43 would offer variety. And for some, and for many rather, I'm sure it does.
I thought you were parked in front.
No.
What's up, man?
Chill man, how are you? Some of my most favorite stuff that I've shot have been like this far away, and I'm still getting, like, I just shot a picture of you. I'm getting you, the couch, and all your work. That to me speaks, because I'm like, it's you, your work, the couch, like you picked this couch for a reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I look at that frame, it reminds me of this moment. If I were on the 43, it would just be like, boop, you. And that doesn't speak to me as much. Before, it would. When I feel like when I matured, you know what I mean? Like as far as like what I want to say. And I'm always going to want to say something about you and then the space around you, because the space around you says something about you and vice versa. So like it solidified that, especially when you're paying, 7 G's for a camera. You're really thinking about like, what am I really doing?
My name's Charlie. I'm from Toronto. I'm just visiting. I'm shooting on a M6 with a 28mm lens, and I got a flash with me as well.
What's your film stock?
Of course, everyone wants to know. Portrait 800. Very boring. Sorry, guys.
No, it's great. I love it.
I'm sure that some of you had a bet going on how long before I bought another Leica. And if you said 3 years, you'd be right. But here's the bigger takeaway. It's okay to make a fool of yourself after making a video, entitling that video, My Last Camera. I know, I hear you. But listen, it's good to fail. And it's even better to return gear that you know you're not going to use. That's not wasted money or wasted time. That's a growth process. But the real lesson here is that inspiration matters more than specs. And if gear doesn't move you, don't force it. I wasn't wrong about needing the Q3. I had just picked the wrong version. By the way, if you want a tangible piece of a creation of mine while supporting the channel, pre-order my first zine, which is brought to you entirely by the 28mm. Surprise, surprise, it's titled 28mm. The details are in the description below if my procrastinating self has actually finished the landing page. I'm kidding. I'm very driven. But anyhow, hit me up on IG. If it's not there, give me a little nudge. But in the wise words of Redman, do what you feel and never follow. Until my next video, keep creating.